All right, guys, good morning. We are on another service call, and we're working overtime because the price of fentanyl just went through the roof. So we got to get our money. So today's call is about a pendant that is inoperable or it working intermittently. So let's go check this bad boy out and see what we can see. So I believe that this is the violator right here. And as you can see, somebody's already been here covering my ground. So this wire seems to have a break in it, but the only way we can actually test that break is by lifting this pendant in order to engage that limit switch, which then will engage this pendant. So the plan is to consolidate both of these pendants into one pendant that does both functions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons on 2 different pendants. We'll consolidate this down into one pendant with 4 buttons. But for today, this is gonna be our focus. All right, so I'm gonna fully engage this lift, and there we go. We are lifting all this weight. So what I need to do is I need to engage some limit switches down here at the bottom in order to lift or tilt. So this thing has 2 functions. It has a lift and tilt.
I think that's high enough, right?
All right, so now we got this table fully lifted, I'm gonna go ahead and engage my locks on this hydraulic unit. So that's a hydraulic lift motor that actually lifts this table into place, and there's several limit switches that read and detect when this thing is in certain positions. So I'm gonna get these locks in place because I'm gonna be working in this little electrical cabinet right there, and we're gonna go ahead and check out this wiring and see what we can see. So this is the electrical cabinet that's hiding all the sin. So let's see how sinful she is. Oh yeah, so what we got is we have a dual contactor. Looks like we have a source voltage and a bunch of mess. Basically, a lot of sin. So really quickly, I just want to find out which whip actually goes to this, because when I hit this button, we're actually going to, yeah, see, it's not even functioning right now. Oh, there it is. Wow. Okay, as you can see, this button is functional, the down button, but when I push the up button, we're not functional. So this will not raise up or tilt forward. So there is definitely a break in this wire, what seemed like. Yeah, so if I hold that down, there we go. So now we're actually having the tilt function. When I press this junction, it seems like it's a junction now. So let me go ahead and lower this. We're gonna go ahead and investigate what's going on here. So it looks like this is the whip that comes in from that pendant and leads to these 2 contactors. So these must be the tilt raise and tilt lower contactor. But before I do anything, let me get rid of all these angry electrons so I can make it through the day. All right, so I got this meter set up and we're ready to check for power. So I'm gonna make sure that there are 0 voltages running through this bad boy before I start putting my beaters in there. But before we do that, I'm gonna get the tool of choice. I'm gonna get a stool so I can sit down and be comfortable while I do this. Let's talk about privilege, boys. And there she is, ready for action. Let's go. Oh, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing set to voltage AC. And let me get my light into place, get myself all set up. Looks like we are ready. So I got voltage AC, and I just want to go ahead and verify that our source is down. So we got this black, and it looks like this white. Oh no, we got okay, so this black and this red are our source voltages. So bam, pinned out into that, and we are looking good. 0s across the board, let's go. So now it's time to hit this pendant, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 screws out of there, and we will see what she looks like inside. All right, so that's the number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. Now that we got all these screws loose, let's see how much sin she's hiding in there. All right, so it looks like we got 2 contact blocks, 1 block for the up tilt, and 1 block to lower the tilt. Let me just go ahead and verify that there is no power into this in case there's multiple sources, and we are looking good. So it looks like this up block, this contact block, is the one that lifts. So this is the one that has the short in it. Okay, so it looks like we have wire number 4 and 3 that are on the lift, and then we have 1 and 2 that are for the lowering. So that's gonna be very important to know, because those numbers are what have to actually go back together. So I gotta pay close attention to that numbering system, just FYI. And just to be thorough, because knuckle draggers like me always forget, I'm gonna have to write that down. Okay, so my lift function, and I already made one mistake right here, is 3 and 4, numbers 3 and 4, and my lower is numbers 1 and 2. So I got to remember that. This is very important. All right, so now that we got these wire numbers labeled and documented, I'm going to go ahead and start removing this whip so I can get it cut back. There we go. And get some slack on this pendant. So now that I got the slack on that pendant, I'm going to go ahead and undo these terminals and start pulling this wiring out. So these are two normally open contact switches, and I'll start getting these terminals out. So now that we have our contactor completely free, or our pendant completely freed, we're gonna go ahead and start dealing with the wiring end and break this junction and go ahead and lift that up so we get some fresh wire on this. Now, it don't get much easier than this. This is easy money, boys, easy money. So I'm gonna get all this tape off of this junction, and I wanna actually see if I can see the break in the wire, but if not, oh well, it's still gonna get cut back, and then we'll go ahead and test the function, and hopefully this fixes it. So it's crazy because, oh yeah, so there we can actually see the little break in the sleeve. So whenever I have that, I like to use these little snippers, and then I'll just go ahead and walk up that sleeve and just go ahead and carefully trim this sleeve up to that junction. So now that I got my wires all cut back, I'm gonna go ahead and put the clamp of the pendant on the multi-conductor cable. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and slide on my little condom and get this guy all protected. So I'm gonna feed my wires through my rubber grommet. All right, so now that I got my grommet in place, I'm gonna go ahead and slip him into where he needs to go, into the recess in this pendant. And then I wanna get my conductor cable clamped down. So before I move any further, I had to undo the clamp because you gotta make sure that this clamp actually has two sizes on it. One size is for larger cable, and one size is for smaller cable. All right, so now that we installed the clamp in the correct position, this cable is solidly secured in there. So before it was getting pulled out, and there was no compression between this clamp and this multi-conductor cable. So now that we have that, so the next step is just to find our wiring, which is actually very simple. So we're gonna be looking for wire 1 and 2, which is our lower, and wire 3 and 4, which is our lift. All right, so on this side I have wire 3 and 4, and on this side I have wire 1 and 2. Now wire 1 and 2 went to the lowering contact block, and wire 3 and 4 went to the raising contact block. So let me get these guys trimmed place and pinned out with the ferrule. Now since this is a normally open contact block, it really doesn't matter if wire 4 went here or 3 went here, but I am going to keep them with the numbering system that's already in place on this contact block, with the exception of wire 1 and 2, which I'll just put 1 on the lower and I'll put 2 on the higher number. All right, so I got my first 2 wires stripped back. This is number 3 and 4, number 3 and number 4. I got those stripped back, so now I'm going to put my ferrule on there, and then we'll go ahead and tighten those bad boys down. All right, so now that I got wire number 2, wire contact block, the lowering contact block number 1 and 2 stripped out and ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and put my ferrules on those bad boys. All right, so there is the last of the tensioning, and that is how I did it. These wires have just a hair of slack on them. All right, so now that both contact blocks have been fitted, let's go ahead and get the backing on there. And there she be. All right, so I'm gonna get these screws tightened in one by one. And we'll get the last bad boy right there.
All right.
All right. So anytime you see these little rat droppings right here, just know that I was there. This is always a telltale sign that something got repaired, fixed. So now that everything looks good, I'm gonna go ahead and power this bad boy up and let's see how she functions. All right, so up function, and we are good. Lower function, we are good. Up function, we are good. And back to lower, look. So that pretty much concludes it for this bad boy. Pretty easy job, simple fix. Get called for this, get calls like this all day long. This is all part of the job, and I will see you guys on the next one. Stay safe out there.